All right.
Man, this is something that ain't happened in a long time.
Yeah, this is almost two nights in a row. This is hang on. That was
We done it Thursday, Halloween night.
that's right, and today's Sunday.
Yep,
That's
November
right.
3rd.
We did it Thursday. I released it Friday, and now we're recording another one on Sunday. Pretty good. It's an intentional knee jerk, slapback, whatever you want to call it, reaction to my realization that we hadn't released a podcast in so long, and thank goodness, knock on wood, at the moment we're using Zoom again like we used to use. Um, I don't know if it's just because of a learning curve or just because of the I don't know. There was a lot of technical difficulties and problems last time, but I think we got them figured out. But we also didn't tempt fate this time either, because we got Zoom to work that one time briefly, and then it went back to not working.
After we did a sound check,
So this
yeah.
time we did a sound check, but we didn't close our Zoom session to do so. And we're going to run out of time, and that's when we normally take a break and come back. So this is either going to be a whole podcast or a segment of a podcast, depending on if Zoom works when we come back. I know one issue I was having was hard drive space, and I freed up a bunch of room. And if that's what did it, I kind of wish Zoom would have told me that was the issue, instead of me just kind of like backing into it and figuring it out. Either way, here we are, episode 208.
Wow, 208.
As expected, we don't have a ton of news because we just had a podcast, but I did stumble across one thing last night that interested me, that will definitely interest you. Is that a Friday the 13th t-shirt you're wearing there?
It is.
Let me see. Do I have that one? Yeah, I've got that
Yes,
one.
you do. It's
The four different.
the four different
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Uh,
one of them Shauna got me for my birthday.
every time I see somebody with a Friday the 13th shirt, I'm like, do I have that one? If I don't, I need to. But anyway, I was on YouTube, and I started seeing a lot of interviews online with Heather Langenkamp. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Langenkamp, and
Lakin Camp.
and Robert England. They were together doing. They did this huge press junket where they were interviewed by a ton of people, different media outlets, and I was like, what's going on? And evidently, they for the 40th anniversary of Nightmare on Elm Street, they've put together a Blu-ray slash 4K Ultra release of Nightmare on Elm Street Part One, and it's a steelbook edition, and it's got like a ton of like extras. It's got an extended cut edition. It's got like two different commentary tracks. It's got let me see. I'm trying to remember a booklet that comes with it. It looks like a pretty cool collection for people that already like have the movie and have watched the movie a million times, but this it has more weight, like more stuff you haven't seen, plus the upgraded quality, plus the you know steelbook, which is a good collector shelf piece.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like steelbooks just look cool on the horror shelf or Freddy shelf or whatever you got going on as far as decoration. So I thought that was pretty cool because that's one thing. Of course, it came out what 1981,
The first one, yeah.
somewhere around in there. Uh, and of course, no fault of theirs, but the quality wasn't that great. And in one of the interviews, Robert England was talking about the lighting was a little hard because when they lit the sets for the actors, it looked fine. They did like the standard lighting you would do, but then if you use the same lighting for Freddy, it made his makeup look too white or almost
Hmm.
sometimes pink. So they had to light his scenes totally different. And he said like, with that and like a few other things and just the fact that the technology wasn't what it is today, there's a lot of grainy stuff and evidently it looks a lot better. So I'm excited to check that out. I know you are.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be interesting when it comes out. That's probably one of the few things that I will definitely look at getting.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
I was
most of
gonna
my
say
collection is nerd stuff, so
yeah, and you've yet to really like you're like me, but yours is probably even more so. Like I've got more stuff in storage than I have on display.
everything I own pretty much is in storage right now.
I mean, I'm glad I have it. And when I do finally go through everything, I'm gonna be like a kid in a candy store, like, oh, I forgot I had this. Like, awesome, awesome.
Oh yeah,
And the only thing I have is my Jason shelf and my Jason bookcase
your
inside.
little corner. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was telling Alicia, I really want to redo the studio, like completely take all the decorations down and start back over. Because out here, I've just has a Jason shelf with a few things on, but I want the Jason corner out here because I got some pretty cool stuff that nobody ever sees because it's in my
Because it's
study.
inside.
And not only is it inside, but it's in my study, which now that I'm retired, I never go in there. It's become like just a storage room. So it's almost like I got this cool Jason corner that's never seen by anyone, including myself. So I gotta yeah figure that out. Another cool thing that came with all those interviews was of course everybody always asks Robert Englund the same thing. Will you ever play Freddy again? Will you ever play Freddy again? Uh and he said no, he's too old, in his opinion. Um Now I don't share that opinion with him. Like I know what's best for him or something. But like I've always said, and I don't think he would want this, but I'm like, dude, he's got nothing left to prove. Let some young guy put on the makeup and do all the action scenes, and you just do the talking parts because that's such a huge part. We need Robert Englund's voice. We need Robert Englund for the close-ups, for the talking parts. We need him to say bitch a lot. It's important that he's the one doing that. But he don't necessarily have to be the guy that's jumping from building to building or the guy that's even running down an alleyway and tackling somebody. Let a stunt double do all the work, all the heavy lifting. You ain't got nothing left to prove, you know? I
Man,
think
I
if
completely agree.
I think if they leaned into that idea, we could squeeze one more out of him and keep him comfortable. He's rich and old now. Have him a nice trailer sitting there and let him do his parts separate where he's just talking and
If he has to, yeah.
mix it in with the action stuff that your stunt people. I mean, he already has stunt doubles doing stunt work. Just let them do more of the action than normal. I maybe that's just not what he wants, and I guess I'm sorry, I'm kicking the microphone stand. I don't hear that, but I'm sure it's coming through. Uh, Maybe that's just not what he wants to do, and that's his business. But man, it's just hard to if you replace Jason, it doesn't ruin the movie. The guy that plays Jason, we've had how many? 9, 10 Jasons.
9.
Uh, and of course, there's some I like more than others, obviously. But it's Robert Englund, man. It's hard to replace him.
I mean, they tried a whole different
They've replaced Michael
reboot.
Myers multiple times. The actor that plays him, they've replaced Leatherface multiple times. And it was okay, but it's just obviously not okay to put somebody else as Freddy. I know they will eventually. I'm
Either
sh
that or they'll just kill the whole or Nightmare on Elm Street.
I
It'd
don't
just be one of those that's left to history.
That would be, I don't know. That would be weird. It'd be like saying we're never going to do another Dracula movie or another vampire movie or another Frankenstein, related movie or another, it seems like once you create an icon in a franchise like that, in some form or fashion, it should go on forever. And that gets me to what I was saying to start with. One guy brought up an idea. He said instead of doing another, film, what if they did an adult animated movie and you and Heather just voice Freddie and Nancy? And he really perked up and was like, "Oh, I kind of like that idea. That's something I would do. That's something that would interest me." He said, you know, if the right circumstance, I don't remember exactly how he worded it, but he just seemed really almost like he hadn't thought of that or hadn't, pondered it. But when he brought that up, it really sparked his interest.
I guarantee it's already been brought up, but he's just showing general interest in it just to keep people wanting the same thing. That's something they'll probably have to pressure the studios for. You
Yeah.
know, they'll have to bring it up and want to do it. It's not something that, I mean, if they see the fans want it, then yeah, they know they can make money off of it. So yeah, they'll go for it.
Well, of course they're going to make money off of it, but what happens with these long-running franchises and what I've learned to understand about reboots is, and we talked about this a little bit in the last podcast, but a lot of times when you reboot something, it's because somebody else bought the rights to it, and then you wind up with the
A
franchise
different
and like
vision.
well, you the franchise rights winds up in like a legal purgatory. Like we were talking about Fright Night is right now because they rebooted it. And with a franchise that's gone on as long as A Nightmare on Elm Street, there's no telling. I mean, New Line is, home base, but like, who knows what legal BS you would have to go through just to get another Nightmare on Elm Street related project off the ground. I mean, look at what happened on Friday the 13th. They was tied up in legal BS for 15 years or at least 10.
Yeah, and they still found a way to get around it to an extent.
Well, I mean, they did the video game in 2016, and now they're talking about doing the TV show, but it's still complicated on how they're going to do a movie. I mean, because like it's like the whole Friday the 13th world is split in half right now. One rights go to Victor Miller, and the other to Sean Cunningham. And who knows if they're going to work together? They've been in court together against each other for years, but surely you can set aside your differences to make millions of dollars.
Oh yeah, you would
You know?
think. But it's funny because I'm constantly going through the news while we're talking, just trying to find something that pops up to kind of catch my eye.
Yeah.
And as we were talking about, you were talking about that whole Nightmare on Elm Street and the Freddy stuff. Something from Screen Rant popped up that says recasting Freddy Krueger for a Nightmare on Elm Street 9 actors who could replace Robert. So I was just kind of scrolling through it, and the second part of the this article says, unlike other slasher killers like Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger speaks a lot, giving him a personality full of iconic one-liners. That means finding a replacement for the villain is extremely difficult
Yeah.
since fans of the franchise have a very clear idea of Freddy's personality. So, I mean, that just literally speaks just tons for what you were just saying.
Yeah. And I didn't even read that. Like I actually forget about Screen Rant sometimes. I used to go there a lot, and it was one of the places I pulled news from, but I kind of forgot about it actually for a minute.
All right. Well, look, it's got a list of personal who they think could replace him. So let
Is
me
one of
go
them
back to it.
is one of them Kevin Bacon?
Well, hang on. Let's not get that far yet.
Oh, the only reason I
Uh,
brought that name up is because Robert Englund himself in a interview kind of sort of quote unquote handpicked him, but
yeah. I remember that. And he said that he wasn't against it, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, 'cause somebody asked Kevin Bacon about it, and he was just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. He kind of like just dismissed it a little bit.
Now, this guy, I could see him doing it, except he's tall. And that's Mr. Pennywise, the new Pennywise, of course, Bill Skarsgård.
Hmm.
He has really become a face of new horror
Yeah,
villains.
I wouldn't have thought about that, but I don't know, maybe. And you know what about the tall thing? That gets on my nerves because, and I hear that a lot. This is Hollywood, man. You can make somebody look like anything you want them to look like. Like
You
that was
could,
that was the big excuse of why Kane Hodder was not in Freddy versus Jason because they wanted a taller, larger looking Jason to tower over Freddy, like kind of dwarf him. And I'm like, it's freaking Hollywood, man. You can make somebody look like a giant green monster, like Mark Ruffalo.
yeah, you can, but
I
I mean
mean,
that
you
puts a
could do
lot
any.
more.
I mean, look at Lord of the Rings. That big dude, that he wasn't that big in real life. I mean, you can make somebody tall, like, and not even with special effects. Like, you could put taller, whatever shoes on them. There's these special boots that some of the wrestlers wear that makes them like 3 or 4 inches taller.
Yeah, but
There's ways.
he's already a lot taller than Robert England.
Yeah, well, I'm saying taller, but you can make somebody smaller looking too if you want to. It's the magic
They got
of
some boots like that.
well, no, maybe not boots, but I don't know. There's trick photography, there's CGI, there's
Yeah.
there. I wouldn't write somebody off because they were too short or too tall. But
Well, I'm
not in
not
this
writing
day
them
and
off
age.
for sure
Well, no, I'm just
because
saying
I
like that. That's the reason I've heard behind a lot of casting people pass.
yeah.
Again, the big sensitive one. All of us Friday the 13th fans are butthurt. Not that we had any problem with Kurt Herzinger. I know I'm not saying I never say that right. His portrayal of Jason was fine, but Freddy versus Jason should have been Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
It absolutely should have been. That was his part to play.
And if not him, it could have went to real pop culture alum
C.J. Graham.
C.J. Graham.
He's
I thought he
taller.
played a really
He's taller than Kane Hodder, but nobody called
yeah.
him. But anyway,
So
sorry. Go ahead. I had to go on a little rant there just because of that's a sore subject for us Friday the 13th.
oh
People
yeah.
is the whole too short, too tall. It's like it's Hollywood people. Make him taller, make him shorter. I mean, it's not that hard.
Now this guy, I know you wasn't big in the Fast and Furious franchise.
I've seen most all of them.
Sung Kang,
Well,
which he's the guy that played he was in Tokyo Drift.
that's one of the ones
Ah,
I didn't really. I think I watched it. So how do you spell his name? Let me look him up.
Sungkang.
Oh,
And
so
I
okay.
cannot remember his name in the show.
Oh
He
yeah,
was in
I've
three or four
seen
of them.
him in oh he's in a bunch of the Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
But it seems like I recognize him from something else. Let me see what else. Oh, maybe not. But yeah, I recognize him.
This is interesting. Michael Keaton.
I mean, I don't know. They wouldn't be able to afford Michael Keaton for this. This is a horror movie.
Yeah, I know that, but this is just their top 10
Yeah,
picks.
yeah, like fantasy kind of.
Yeah. So
I don't know,
that would
man. I
be
mean,
very interesting.
look what the Michael Keaton has pulled off.
Well, look what he's pulled off just for Beetlejuice alone.
Yeah,
He's a very character driven actor. So, I mean, he could pull it off.
yeah. I wouldn't rule him out necessarily. I can't picture it, but that doesn't mean that he couldn't make it work.
Yeah, I can't really picture it either, but
Especially the way he delivers his lines might be
yeah.
interesting, but yeah, I don't ever see that happening.
Now, this guy, I can see his face. He was on Game of Thrones. and The Devil's Reject. It's Richard Brake.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was
Uh,
the Night King. Well, not the
that's
original one, but from season two on, he was the Night King, and
okay.
he was Joe Chill in the Christopher Nolan. I mean, yeah, Batman trilogy. Of
So
course, he's been a
that's their
ton.
number six.
I
Oh
could
yeah,
see
he's
that.
been in a bunch.
I could see that. That might not be a bad idea.
They think he could pull the role off because of his creepy characters that he's playing. Uh, he can express overtly evil and unspoken sinisterism.
Yeah,
So that's why they think he would make a good proper Freddy character.
and I think
So
he, unlike Michael Keaton, I think he would actually do it
probably
because he's
the
taken
only
small
thing,
roles and huge roles alike.
yeah, the only thing they're saying that might be a downfall is his natural Welsh accent. But he's an actor; he could probably change his
I think he can
accent,
pull
no
it off.
problem.
So far, out of everybody we've thought about, especially in this list, he's my favorite pick.
Between him and Bill so far,
What about Bill Moseley? You think he could pull off a Freddy Krueger?
ooh, I don't know. I'm sure he could. I really think he could.
I wish he would
No,
just so I could say that I've met Freddy Krueger face to face. I'll probably never meet
yeah,
Robert Englund.
no, unfortunately not. Now this guy, I've seen him in REC and the Last Voyage of Demeter.
Dementor.
Is it Dementor? No, it's
The last
Demeter.
voyage of I thought it was the Dementor.
Well,
Maybe I'm
it's
wrong.
Demeter. There's no N in it.
Isn't that the movie about they're on a boat, they're on a ship?
Yeah, yeah, they're on a big ship.
Oh, yeah, maybe I've been saying it wrong the whole time. That's actually on my watch list. I haven't seen it yet.
And he's also in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark
What's
and
his
It.
What's his name?
His name is Javier
Ooh,
Botet, Javier.
J.A. There's Harvey A. Bard.
Botet, Botet.
O-T-E.
And he's already made his, he's not a household name, but he's already made his stance as significant creature actors in horror. And he's extremely hyper flexible.
I don't recognize him. But yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. I've got that on my list of things to watch because they're in their ties to Nosferatu in that movie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it,
uh,
so I don't know. But for some reason, that's what I was thinking.
I think they're just vague ties. There might be some really, really big ones,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I was
but
thinking
I,
that.
I don't know the entire Nosferatu story, of course. But yeah, they got him for a fifth pick. Now, this guy, he could probably pull it off real good just for his portrayal of his role in the as the ghoul in Fallout. And that's Walter Goggins. He's known best for playing Justified.
How do you spell Goggins?
Goggins.
Okay, like it sounds. Oh yeah. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He was in that Principals show,
Yeah, Vice Principals.
Vice
Yeah,
Principals. He was in the last was it 310 to Yuma,
I
the
think that's what
remake.
it. Yeah, I think that was one of them.
He was in The Shield. You remember The Shield?
Yeah, he was also in House of a Thousand Corpses.
I don't remember him in that. He's been in a billion movies lately. But yeah,
But
I don't
his
know.
role in Fallout,
Isn't he
he
kind of
plays the
tall?
ghoul.
This for what I'm
Uh,
looking.
no, not don't really seem overtly tall.
No, he's 5'10", says here. I
But
thought he
yeah,
was.
he's
I
not
would have thought
super
he was
tall.
closer. I would have thought he was like 6'1", 6'2", but no. Yeah, that. I mean, yeah. I still like Richard Brake the best
Yeah.
out of all these.
Uh, Now this guy, I hadn't seen him do nothing in a long time, but he was used to be a great actor, and that was Devon Sawa.
Devin.
Devon Sawa. He was in Final Destination, Chucky. Uh, no, I don't know
Oh
if he
yeah,
would
he's been acting for a long time.
a long time, but I hadn't really seen him in anything here lately. I don't know if he would actually be able to pull off Freddy though.
I can't remember
Because I
his
could be.
voice. The voice is going to have a lot to do with it.
Oh yeah, a lot.
I mean, what if they pulled a Darth Vader and just got a different actor and still let
Or
Robert Englund do the voice?
that. I mean, that's what we've been talking about. So I don't see why that wouldn't work. Now this one we already spoke about this, and they're saying that this guy could pull it off, and that's Jackie Earl Haley. He's the one that did the reboot, and he was also in The Watchmen.
Oh yeah,
He
isn't he?
played the
Yeah, he did play Freddy.
Yeah, he's the one that played him in the 2010 reboot.
So why are they saying that he could replace Robert Englund?
I don't know.
Because he kind of did and it didn't work. But I don't place the blame solely on him.
Oh, I don't either.
I don't like the direction they went with the story. I didn't like the makeup. I didn't like the voice, but I do like him as an act like the Watchman. He was
He was
great.
great.
Yeah,
Rorschach was his name in The Watchmen.
yeah.
Rorschach, yeah.
He played a great Rorschach.
And hey, number one pick, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, like I said, he was handpicked by Robert Englund, but it goes back to the money. This is a horror movie, you know.
All right, before our unscheduled break, you
Yeah,
had
and I
said
checked by
the
the
only
way.
reason.
Go ahead.
No, you were saying the reason you didn't think Kevin Bacon would do it because of the money, because it's a horror movie. You know that was true in the 70s, 80s, and even 90s. But now, man, horror movies are making box office like record breaking money.
That is true. They definitely bring in more money than they used to, or have better budgets than they used to. But still, they have a little bit of that stigma about them that primetime Hollywood actors tend to gravitate more towards. It's almost like there's this stigma about horror movies. Like it's almost like they're shunned by like top tier Hollywood actors and actresses.
It could be, but Kevin Bacon got his start in horror movies.
Yeah, he was in Friday the 13th
Friday
Part
the
One.
13th, the same way Johnny Depp
One of
did.
my favorite kills.
Yeah, same way Johnny Depp did in
Nightmare on
Nightmare on
Elm
Elm
Street.
Street,
Yep.
which
Yep.
is an iconic kill with the whole waterbed. Talk
Yeah.
about a wet dream, bitch.
Talking about talk about um the interviews with Robert Englund that I was watching. He told a story where him and Johnny Depp went out to lunch together and
In costume.
in full makeup. And
Yeah.
at the time, that was part one, so nobody even had a clue what Freddy Krueger was going to look like, or that he even existed. And he was at a cafe or whatever, sitting there ordering his dinner as Freddy Krueger. Could you imagine?
Said it freaked the poor wait staff out.
Yeah, I'm not saying Kevin Bacon wouldn't do it. I mean, he did do, didn't he do that Christmas special for Guardians of the Galaxy? That was
Yeah.
him, right?
And
Uh,
he also done Stir of Echoes, which
that's
was
one of my, oh, I love that movie.
I do too. And I don't really consider it a horror movie, a slasher movie by no
How
means.
tall is he?
I'm going to say he's close 6 foot, if not a little more.
Let's just look, since that's obviously an issue.
Well, I don't say it's an issue, but Bill Skarsgård, just like his brother
No, he's
Alexander.
5'10". He's 5'10" as well.
Well, how tall is Robert England?
He's not there.
I don't think he. I think he's in the
Dang,
5 foot range.
Kevin Bacon is 66. I hope I look that good if I live to be 66, or I hope I ever look that good.
Man, that's
Uh,
that's the power of Hollywood right there.
I mean, he looks good. Like right now, there's like a
Yeah,
current picture of him on here. Oh, let's go, Robert England. I'm gonna say 5'10" is my guess. 5'10". Boom, I nailed it. I had no idea. Like I just guessed. So they're about the same height, 1 inch
yeah.
difference. Huh. All right, if I can spell his name, let's see how tall So I don't know why we were. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to spell his name. I can't even say it. Kurzinger, who played it. Jason Kurzinger. No, it's I've been saying his first name wrong. It's Ken Kurzinger. I was saying Kurt for some reason. I knew that better than that. He's 65. Wow. Man, these some good looking old dudes. I'm 48 and I look like shit. How tall is he? Come on, Wikipedia. We gotta know.
I don't use Wikipedia for that. Believe it or not, I use IMDb.
Yeah, it's Ken Kurzinger. He's 6'5". Okay, that's a big old boy.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, that's a tall drink of water right there. 6'5", man. I bet he could dunk,
Yeah, he can't duck too well.
but he can dunk. Okay. So you got Freddy Krueger that was 5'10" versus Ken that was 6'5". Yeah, okay. They wanted a tall guy. There he is.
Hey, here's another story that just popped up on my thing by comicbook.com. Uh, Pinocchio slasher movie recruits horror icon Robert Englund and Richard Brake.
Okay, I want to circle back to that, but I just looked something up and we got a serious problem right here.
What's that?
Kane Hodder is 6'2".
Okay.
Okay. Kurt Kurzinger is 6'5". That's three. He got the roll over him for 3 inches,
Hey, man, 3 inches means a lot in some places.
especially on screen, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. That is messed up. Okay, so Robert England, 5'10", Kane Hodder, 6'2". Oh, we needed a bigger Jason. He's already bigger than Freddy.
Well, they might not have just meant bigger as in tall. They might have just that Ken guy is dude, he is massive. He's
Yeah,
built
he is.
like Reacher.
He is, but that was one thing that, and I hate to harp on this so much, but it just really irked me when I first heard like that's why the director didn't, talk to Kane about doing it, is because he wasn't big enough. But I've seen so many con pictures, like horror cons and stuff with Kane and Robert together. He's already way bigger than Robert England. Like
Oh yeah.
not even with the movie magic and the TV, the camera effects or whatever. He's much larger person already, and he's only 3 inches shorter than the guy they went with. Anyway, I need to stop harping on that. Everybody's tired of hearing.
Yeah.
It
You
just
need to let that go, man.
I don't know if I can.
It's a director's choice. So
Well, it was a poor choice, by golly.
all right. we'll go on the record that it was a might have
The-
been a poor choice,
Mark
but
does not approve.
the movie still turned out really good.
It did, and that's why it pisses me off because I love that movie. If the movie just sucked through and through, I'd be like, well, that's just another. But it would have been an otherwise amazing movie, but it committed a couple of unforgivable sins.
Oh, Jason being afraid of water.
That's one. Kane not being Jason is two, and them not getting Betsy Palmer to play Jason's mother. She was alive and well at the time of the movie, and they just couldn't agree on money. And again, I hope I'm not saying this wrong. Nana Visitor, is that her name? That played
Nana Vister.
says Visitor. But they
Vis-
got
yeah, Vistor.
she did a good job, just like Ken did as Jason. He did a great job. That's not the point. But they should have done paid Betsy whatever she wanted. Well, not whatever she wanted, but come to some kind of agreement.
Yeah, they could have come to an agreement.
But that's the three unforgivable sins of that movie. Everything else I could name off a million things, but those are the main three that just
I
obviously
think the one unforgivable sin was making Jason afraid of water when he literally comes out of the water
all the
all
time
the
and
freaking
pursues
time.
people into the water all the time. There's
Yeah,
been, I mean, look at Friday the 13th Part 6. The whole end of the movie is shot in the water where Jason willingly went after Tommy
yeah,
into the
in the
water
boat. Yeah,
without hesitation. He didn't go, "Ooh, I don't know." He walked off in there like he was nothing. But
and I
now all of a
think
sudden he's terrified
maybe
of water.
well, I think what they were doing, and they done it poorly, was saying that since it was a dream, his subconscious was afraid of water because he drowned, which we know he didn't drown. He survived on the other side of the lake and was raised by his dad to hate everybody. So
Yeah, they say, Freddy brings out your worst fears, which he does.
yeah,
But I mean, it's hard to fully understand Jason's motivations because it's all about revenge and kill and, don't come to Crystal Lake, especially doing drugs or having sex. But
yeah. Or if you're a
I would
teenager,
think
period.
a fear like if in my mind, one of Jason's biggest fears would be, I mean, because he's so revenge driven about his mother, something to do with her being in danger or being in peril or something like that.
Yeah,
Like he would be thinking like hear his mom's voice say, "Help me, Jason," or there's a lot of things they could have done other than, oh, he's scared of water because he drowned.
I've got a video
Brady's not
that I
afraid of fire.
no, but and I've got a video. It's about an hour and a half long. I watched on YouTube. It's all about Jason, and you've probably already seen it.
The
But
the main two documentaries was his name was Jason, and the Crystal Lake Memoirs are the two
no,
main.
this isn't either of them.
The Crystal Lake Memoirs is like 4 hours long, so probably not.
But this was really, really good, and I sat and just glued to it. I should have sent it to you then, but
Yeah, now I'm terrified that there's a Jason documentary out there that I may not have seen.
I don't think it's technically a documentary. It's just somebody going over stuff,
Oh, okay, like
and it's like background things that you see, and
yeah, what's that
like
one YouTube channel? They do it with every uh but they
uh,
basically break down the entire
movie cap.
something like that, yeah. There's a
Yeah,
bunch of YouTube channels that does stuff like that.
yeah, this is something similar to that, but one of the big things is on it was between the first and second one, mainly the first one. There's a copy of the Necronomicon in the movie.
I just realized that's a 5 syllable word. That's pretty.
Oh, man, this podcast is over. Crap.
Whew.
All right, folks, y'all have a good one.
Thanks for listening. Which, by the way, before we continue, and I want to get back to what you were talking about before we got uh shut,
Sidetracked.
uh which we do very well. The reason we're talking about this stuff is we have a bad case of the Halloween hangovers, and I didn't coin that phrase, but I love it because it's, even though when you have a real hangover, it's not that you miss alcohol, but we're hanging over on hanging on to Halloween, even though it's 2 days past us. But I was looking on Bloody Disgusting, and AMC's Fear Fest did what was called a Halloween Hangover Marathon, and
Oh,
it's basically they added one more day on November 1st of the Fear Fest, which is 24 more hours of horror movies to help ease the pain of being being
yeah.
over Halloween. Which, while I'm talking about Bloody Disgusting, I saw another headline on there that said Jamie Lee Curtis still has a never say never attitude about a future Halloween return. That
I
surprises me.
read I read that on Movie Rant, and that was in my notes from last week when we was going to talk about it.
Screen Rant.
Yeah, and we just never got around to it.
Yeah. So that's why
But
we're still in our heart, even though the calendar says it's over. We're having trouble letting go. So not only
well, you
we
also got
how
to think we just did our haunted trail last night for all the kids.
I want to get to that definitely.
We will. Next weekend we're doing a camping. We're going to call it the haunted camping trip.
I like it.
If it don't rain,
I don't care if it rains. Well,
well, you don't. But I mean, we
the
won't be able
the
to do the trail
terrain
or anything.
the terrain might be unstable, but if it's not, I'm willing to camp in the rain. In
Well, I mean,
fact, in fact, I welcome it.
even if it is raining, we can set up in an alternate spot. That ain't no big deal.
Or we'll just have to walk instead of drive.
No, we can still drive. We got ATVs and side by sides and stuff out here.
Well, I didn't want to like risk tearing up your rutting up your pasture. I know it gets
No, 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 that'd be fine.
okay.
But so yeah, we're going to continue Halloween for at least another week in our heart and spirit.
I mean, let's just I have no problems with going all the way up until time for shifting gears into Thanksgiving.
And then
Which
we can
is
pick it back up to New Year's.
which is another holiday that I love because Thanksgiving's all
Food.
about, yeah, it's very food oriented.
But yeah, wrapping back around to this real quick, and I'm not going to
Yeah,
say a
yeah,
whole
yeah.
lot about it, but apparently in the first Friday the 13th, there's a copy in Pamela Voorhees' possession. She's got a copy of the Necronomicon
Is that seen on screen
that's
or
seen on screen.
hmm?
And it took some really, really, really sharp eyed individuals to point it out, apparently.
I've never heard that. I'll have to do some research.
I'll send that video to you.
I know
And
that
it's pretty good.
one of the things I have in my possession is
Copy of the Necronomicon.
no, I actually don't. If you watch Friday the 13th Part 6, which if you haven't, I highly recommend. Uh there's this very, very brief, like 1 second clip of Tommy getting out of his truck, and there's these books, a stack of
Yeah.
books in the passenger seat that he's been reading that gives him the idea of how to, quote unquote, kill Jason at the end of the movie. And one of the books is called 30 Years Among the Dead. And I just thought that was cool, so I started looking for it. And evidently, it's a book that was written a long time ago, and so it's had different covers and
When
different
you say a long
releases.
time ago, do you mean hundreds of years
Oh
or
no, 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 no,
decades
no,
or
no! Just long enough to where it's had a lot of re-releases and
okay.
a lot of. Let me look it up because I haven't. Oh shit, that was a long time ago. Originally published in 1924
So 100 years ago.
by Carl Wickland. I didn't think it was that long ago. He died
That's
in
kind of cool.
1945. Wow. Well, the thing is, I was like, it's been it was released so long ago that it's been re-released so many times and so many different covers. And I was like, no, I want that cover. And I finally found it. I didn't pay a lot for it. I'm really frugal when it comes to stuff like that. Even though I'm a huge fanatic, I still, try to be mindful about, budget.
Oh yeah.
This is stuff that's way less important than, a new carburetor or fixing your window or whatever. But I don't remember. It wasn't a ridiculous amount of money, but I really like having such a deep cut in my collection because if I ever come across a nerd that's as hardcore as I am, which there's plenty of them out there, and they were to look at that and go, "Whoa, you have that!" Like the one thing that most people wouldn't even have noticed in the movie, you've got
Yeah.
that copy that is the same cover as the book in Tommy's seat in part six. Like you are a absolute nerd and you will never have a girlfriend. But somehow I have a fiance. So who knows? There's hope.
There is hope.
So anyway, how did I get on that? Back to what you were saying.
Well, that's just what I was saying. Like I said, I'll send the video to you.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
he's
would that
got,
would be interesting and I hate that kind of adds a little bit of legitimacy, not much to part nine, my least favorite.
the
Uh
same thing I said.
yeah,
And
because
it
the
also explains his drive and his
motivations.
dedication and his motivation to his mother.
No, he's a mama's boy. We can all relate to that. Most of
Yeah, but I mean, he was what, 10, 12, roughly when he died?
oh
Or air quotes
shoot, I
died?
think nine.
I was thinking a little bit older than that, but yeah, it could have been 9.
Wait. If you Google how old was Jason Voorhees when he died, it'll be like, which time?
Yeah.
I should say when he drowned. No.
There you go. Of course, you're going to get one that popped up that said he didn't drown.
I was off
He
by
come
two
up.
years. I said nine, he was 11.
Okay. So I wasn't too far off. I was off 2 years in the other direction.
September 13th, 1957. He drowned
All
in Crystal
right.
Lake.
So yeah, that kind of fuels the speculation in that. You can watch it and you can come up with your own theories on it too. I mean, it's really good.
Well, the first thing I'll definitely do after we get done with this is I'll go and look and confirm if that's the case, because this is way before the Evil Dead.
It is, but
So,
the
but
Evil Dead
it's not like the Necronomicon didn't exist prior to that, but it wasn't you know put into the
wasn't a
main.
movie relic. Yeah,
Yeah, it was nothing like it wasn't anything like the Necronomicon of the Evil Dead franchise.
yeah,
So that
yeah.
would
Because
be that'd be
the Evil
really
Dead's
interesting.
a real book. So
No, the Necronomicon is a real book, but the Evil Dead version of the Necronomicon is
it's
different than
fake. Yeah. Then the real book.
yeah,
Yeah.
which I've seen the real quote unquote real book, uh, and I've kind of thumbed through it. I can't remember who had it. Somebody I don't remember who had it. I thumbed through it and I couldn't really make much sense out of it. I don't really.
Well, most of it's in Latin.
Well, I couldn't. Well, this wasn't. I mean, it might have been. It might have been originally, but I couldn't even tell what kind of book it was. Really, like if it was a spell book or nonfiction or a fiction or I don't. Of course, I didn't read it.
Yeah, I
Read it.
don't
I just kind
know.
of. I couldn't make much sense of it. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll drill down on the Necronomicon maybe next episode.
All
I'll do
right.
I'll do some
I'll see
research
what
on
I
that.
can come up with.
That well, yeah, let's do a real versus fake, or real versus Hollywood Necronomicon.
All right.
But well, just real quick, let me look up when it actually came out. The original.
8th century.
But it says here Necronomicon is a fictional book.
By H.P. Lovecraft.
So the quote unquote real book that I saw that wasn't a, like the Evil Dead version. I wonder what that was. Just another.
It's not much telling. And Lovecraft stories. It
Okay,
was an
okay, here we
ancient
go.
text.
Since the 1930s, there have been rumors that the Necronomicon is a real book, which has led to hoax editions. The most famous of these is the Simon Necronomicon, which was published between 1977 and 1980. So wouldn't that predate the Evil Dead? Yeah.
Uh, just a little bit.
So okay, so the one that I'm talking about was also not real.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that actually helps because it didn't make any sense to me what I was reading. And the yeah, like the version you can buy that's like a copy, and I say quote unquote copy of the Evil Dead version. They just have a lot of like crazy looking pictures and uh some kind of there's text in there, but it's mostly like not English from what I remember.
Yeah. And see, the real Necronomicon predates the Lovecraft Necronomicon by over a century. It was a real book that was wrapped in human skin and had uh, spells, enchantments in it, but it wasn't technically called the Necronomicon. It was.
Let's just do this.
We'll get into all that later.
Let's do this too. Let's ask our listeners, is the Necronomicon a real book or not? What do you guys and gals think? Like, what do you know? Do you know something we
And
don't? Because we obviously don't know
sta-
much.
yeah, state your sources if you come
What
up
was
with
that?
stuff
Talking about
because
fictional books, what was that Ghostbusters book you got for me that was from the movie?
that was
To-
Egon's book,
Tobin Spirit Guide?
Tobin's Spirit Guide.
Yeah. It's on my I need to go get that. It's on my bookshelf in the study over close to my Jason corner.
Yeah, it's I don't know if it's a completely fictional book, but I know they used it as on set.
Well,
So that was pretty cool.
one book that's referred to a lot in horror movies that I think is a real book is the Encyclopedia of Demonology and Witchcraft.
I don't know because technically there's no true classification of demonology. That's just something that Warren, what's his name, the Warrens come up with. So he to describe what he did and how he classified things.
Boy, that's a mouthful.
It is.
You could buy the Encyclopedia of Witchcraft and Demonology on Amazon, but that don't mean it's real or that
No.
it's based on a real book.
You would have to get that from like an occult bookstore or
Come on,
occult collector.
Raise a Cult.
Yeah,
It doesn't say if it's a real book or not. It just when I Googled it, it just shows me where I can buy it, but that doesn't mean it's real.
yeah. All right, let's swap back around here since because we're going to pick up on that later.
Yeah, let me make some notes though, so that we can circle back to that in a later episode. I'll watch some like I'm sure there's YouTube videos talking about like the history of the Necronomicon and stuff like that. We could find out. But yeah, anyway, what you got?
Hang on, let me finish writing this in my notes.
Are you writing it down too? Oh, by the way,
Yeah, if I don't, then I won't. I'll forget about it.
while you're writing that down, I looked to see what it would cost for us to get a paid version of Zoom. It'd be $16 a month or 160 if we paid for an entire year, which is a little outside of the podcast's budget. If we had some patrons, and a sponsor, maybe, but
Yeah, because I'm about sponsored out.
yeah,
So
we'll probably just keep taking breaks when
yeah,
it. But you know what? I didn't get a warning that last time we got kicked off.
I didn't either.
Where there's somewhere on the screen it gave you a countdown before.
It used to show up in red at the top when you started getting close.
Okay, meeting information. Let me click that.
And you
Nope.
may have to go to your settings and tell it to do that now since they restructured everything.
Yeah, it used to have a countdown, and it used to be like it give you like a 5 minute warning or maybe a 3 minute warning.
Hmm.
But that last one, it went from like working to just not working.
All right, before we got on another side
Side hustle.
quest, there's a new horror movie coming out, new slasher movie called Pinocchio Unstrung.
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm glad you brought that back up because I heard about that a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but several months ago that they were gonna make one, but I didn't get any details at that time. There wasn't any.
Well, now Robert Englund and Richard Brake have joined the project. Now, it doesn't say anything about it about Robert Englund if he's playing a character or if he's on production or director or anything like that. But it
Is he?
says Richard Brake will play Geppetto.
I think. Okay. I just got a warning. We got 10 minutes.
Yeah, I got 10 minutes on
Is
mine.
Geppetto? What's the old man's name that makes Pinocchio?
That's Geppetto.
Okay. I was gonna say I hope that's who Robert Englund plays.
No, that's going to be Richard Brake's character, according to this.
Which is ironic. We were just talking about how Richard Brake might make a good Freddy. How old is he?
I don't know. I didn't look him up.
I had him pulled up a while ago. I didn't even notice his age. I'm sure he's younger than Robert. So who's Richard Brake gonna play in this Pinocchio horror movie?
Geppetto.
Oh yeah, you just said that. That ties into he's 59. So yeah, he's quite a bit younger than Robert. Um that ties into what we were talking about when
Him
when the
being
copyright
cast.
when the copyright on movies becomes public domain, like Winnie the Pooh did, and then they made the
Yeah,
and we were talking about like when Superman becomes public domain and Batman, and I think Mickey Mouse is about to become public domain.
one of the
Uh,
Mickey Mouses has the
yeah, the
original.
original, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of like when Batman becomes public domain, you'll have to use like the OG Batman that was slightly different than
That's
the
what I was going to say. It depends on which version of Batman. And I found out that's another reason that they changed how characters look after so many years
Mhm.
to extend that copyright.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the OG Superman, they said he could leap tall buildings. I don't think he actually flew.
He didn't.
And he I don't know if he had laser eyes. Um there's a lot of things they added, some powers they added to Superman, made him more, you know,
He was faster than a speeding bullet. He
uh
was stronger than a freight train, and
locomotive.
he could leap tall buildings in a single bound, and that's all he could do.
Yeah, he wasn't quite as super or almost godlike as he is, in
Yeah.
today's world. He was just a Superman.
Yep.
Which, by the way, have you seen the trailer for that new Christopher Reeve documentary?
Yes. I seen some of it.
Man, that's gonna be
I
hard to watch. I almost cried just watching the trailer.
Yeah, I didn't get that far in it. You know, when anytime trailers pop up, I normally pop off of them real quick.
Well, I was just curious as to what it was actually. I'd heard about it, but it's just a documentary of a biography basically of his life. And of course, a big part of that's Superman, so there's a lot of Superman stuff in it. But uh, yeah, it's going to be a tearjerker for sure. I don't know when that comes out, but I'm definitely going to be ready for that.
Yeah. And some more news. We was talking about Bill Skarsgård a while ago.
Yeah.
He is going to reprise his role in Pennywise, the It sequel. Welcome to Derry on the TV series.
Okay. Now we've talked about Welcome to Derry, but we speculated on whether or not he was going to
Well,
be
at,
in it.
at the time, he hadn't said that he was going to do it,
Okay.
but now it's been made official now that he's actually doing it.
Now, when does that come out and on what platform?
The only thing I see is it's going to be released in 2025.
Editor's note. I just saw where, according to what I read, it's going to be on HBO in 2025.
It's not mentioned in one.
That Tyson fight with Jake Paul, that's going to be on Netflix
Oh wow!
with no additional charge if you're a subscriber.
Is it going to be a live event, or
Yeah,
I've never seen anything live on Netflix
I
before?
haven't either. Well, WWE next year is going to Netflix, and Monday Night Raw is live.
Well, I wonder if they're going to do like Hulu and Prime and do a live feature section on it.
I don't know. I just read that if you're a subscriber to Netflix, it will not be any additional charge to watch the fight, and that's next month, I think. Right?
I think so. We may have to, if it's on a Friday or Saturday, we may have to drum up a little watch party.
It's not like really podcast material, but I definitely want to watch it.
That's what I'm saying. We just all get together at
Just
the,
get together and have a watch party.
yeah, just sit and watch it, kick a few cold ones back, maybe grill out. You remember how we talked? Of course, we've talked about this.
November 15th.
Okay,
Did
cool.
I say his name right? Jake Paul?
Yeah, Jake Paul,
Who do you think is going to win?
Tyson, of course.
Me too. I think he's going to kill him.
I don't think it's been much of a fight.
Well, I saw a meme today that showed a picture of Jake Paul when he was 18, and right next to it, it showed a picture of Mike Tyson when he was 18, and I was like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
that guy would just kill that guy."
Well, it's funny because a lot of people, especially like his trainers and stuff, have told him they've all been trying to tell him not to take that fight. Not pull back, don't do it, man. He will kill you. And Tyson has told him, "Hey, I'm not going to take it easy on you."
Yeah, sometimes I wonder. I mean, I'm going to watch it, and I'm glad Tyson's. I guess I'm glad he's boxing again, because boxing is really kind of taking a back seat ever since UFC blew up so big. But I don't know. I don't really understand Tyson's motivation.
Because Jake Paul was running his mouth.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is like if Mike Tyson wins,
He doesn't really win anything.
so what? Like we
Yeah,
kind of figured he would. But if he loses, it doesn't really matter either. I mean, it doesn't put a blemish on his legacy as far
I
as
don't know.
his in-ring legacy.
Maybe not, but if he loses, man, the memes and just general talk about his legacy would be ruined.
Mike Tyson's? I don't think so because he's what, 60,
I think
65?
he's 66.
Something, yeah, somewhere around in there. So, like, okay, let's go back to Jake Paul's point of view. If Mike Tyson kills him, or just beats the shit out of him, like a lot of people think he will, it's like, man, you just got your ass kicked by an old man. But if he
Yeah,
wins somehow, so what?
he's just beat up an old man.
So what? You just beat up an old man, like you're in your. He's probably, I don't know how old Jake Paul is, but he's got to be young,
Mid 20s, maybe,
30s, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
maybe 30. I don't know. I don't keep up with Jake Paul. He's
Yeah, we probably shouldn't spend much time on that. I don't think there are a lot of real pop culture listeners. Not a whole lot of them care about boxing and stuff. And I don't really keep up with boxing either, but
I don't
it's a
either.
big event, that's coming up.
Well, we've been talking about this for a while.
Hang on,
Trick.
we just
Yeah,
got
we got.
a 1 minute warning.
All right, well, go ahead and close it down,
Convert
render
it.
it down, and we'll meet back up. I could probably do one more segment
Yeah,
before I got to go to
we'll
bed.
close it out on the next one. I know you got to work tomorrow.
There you go.
Okay. And just to let everybody know, you're wondering what's going on if you haven't heard previous episodes that we did this way. Zoom, if you're doing the free version, limits you to 40 minutes, which I think it's more like 30. And then they
Well,
kick
we
you. Then
I
they,
think we get about 3 minutes or 30 minutes of recording
yeah.
because we talk and stuff before we start back recording.
But it's better for me for it to be me that ends the session than to wait and get kicked off because of the way it renders files and saves them. It it's just easier on me if I end the session as it's about to run out than if we just keep talking until it ends like the first one. Because I had trouble rendering or converting the file when that happened a while ago. So that's why we're doing it in 30-minute blocks. But anyway, oh, and before we go back to what we were talking about, I had a missed call after last episode on our voice line, but
Yeah.
there wasn't a message. I don't know if it was just a I don't know a wrong number or somebody. If it was a listener trying to get a hold of us, we didn't get your message. So try again. 662-767-4487. And again, that's a voicemail line. Nobody's going to pick up. You can leave a voicemail, or if you don't want to talk, you can text that number and we'll get the text message.
Or they can send us an email if it's something specific and especially long that
Pop
they want to
culture
discuss.
4, the number 4 real at gmail.com.
And you can join our Patreon,
You need to
which is
join our
Real Pop
Patreon.
Culture.
That way we can afford Zoom, the paid version. And we got a lot of content out there that's just sitting there, you know, a pretty good bit. I mean, it supports the podcast. It helps us out a lot, and you get something out of it other than just, knowing you supported us. You get
And if you're
stuff.
wondering about the tiers, you'll have to send an email and ask because I don't remember what all of our tier settings are and what you get with each one.
Uh, right now, the main thing is the top tier. I know gets you a T-shirt.
And you get to sit in on movie night with us or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you get to you if you want to, you can do a
Watch along.
watch along with us that we'll record and put on Patreon, which we have at least one or two watch alongs on there right now.
Dude, you know how awesome it would be to have a patron come hang out, do a watch along with us, and input whatever it is that we're doing, our commentary with us.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I really want to the one thing I really want to get the listeners involved in. There's a lot of podcasts out there that around Halloween do listener stories, and we have had a couple. It's been a while of people that sent in stuff like their experiences with hauntings and stuff like that. Which you haven't listened to the last podcast. So Alicia got on and told her thing, which was really cool. Um, I want to get more listener stories in.
Well, I know Cheryl's got one of these security systems inside her house that's got the camera set up, and her cameras have been catching some really crazy stuff. And she's been sending it to me, trying to, get what I think about it. Next time I see you, I'll pull the videos up and let you watch them too.
Yeah, tell Cheryl to call in.
All right,
Tell
I'll
us
tell
about
her.
it. Anyway, back to what were we talking about when we you were about to say
Uh,
something and I stopped you because we were running out of our time thing.
yeah, we've been talking about trick or treat. That's one of our Halloween staples right there.
It's about the
Little
trick.
Sam.
Oh, you're talking about Trick or Treat the movie.
Yes.
One of them,
And
one of them's Trick or Treat, and one of them's Trick or Treat. That I forget which
this
one.
is
One of them came out in
trick.
the '80s.
Yeah, this one come out in 2007. It's got Little
Okay,
Sam,
so
Sam
not the one with
Hain.
the rock and roll and the
No, this is the anthology. It's the four stories.
yeah. Good movie.
Well, they've been talking about doing a part two
I
pretty
can't believe
much
they
right
haven't.
after. Well, there's it's still in discussion, I guess. The director and the writer said that they really nailed the first one,
Yeah.
that it was perfect. They caught lightning in a bottle per what they're saying in this. And they really didn't want to try to follow it up because they was afraid that it would basically be a letdown to the movie. But they do have a script and a storyline wrote up, which they really like. They've got a storyboard, but getting the sequel moving forward is kind of tricky. So it's not that they're not doing one, it's just they haven't found a way to do it yet with the story they got to make it Trick or Treat 2,
What year did it come out?
2007.
Oh my gosh. I was thinking more like 2009, 2010.
Now, it come
Wow.
out, it debuted in 2007.
Hmm.
So I know just about every Halloween I always bring it back up because it's a story that always pops up in my feed about the progress of the sequel. So that's just a little annual news on the update of it. Let me pull up my notes. This is a kind of veering away from Halloween and horror, but there's another Game of Thrones sequel in the works called A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and it's planned for 2025.
When you say sequel, did you mean to say spinoff?
Oh, it actually says sequel is what the article said.
So it takes place after the events of the original Game of Thrones.
That's what I'm assuming.
That's what sequel means, I guess. Okay.
So I guess we'll wait. It's coming out in 2025. Maybe they'll have some more out on it in the upcoming months. But they've also got a Game of Thrones movie in development right now. So that's another little interesting tidbit
Any any
for
any information on what storyline
no.
it's going to follow?
They're not releasing anything yet. Anything more than they've got a movie in the works, and it's a Game of Thrones movie.
Okay. Hey, I think we'll be getting Game of Thrones material for many years to come. I mean, look how huge that show was and the audience that it pulled in. It was a show for nerds, but it wasn't just nerds that it
Everybody just loved it.
everybody from every walk of life, everything from like people that play Dungeons and Dragons like we do to people that make fun of people that make Dungeons and Dragons, play Dungeons and Dragons, like soccer moms and everybody from every walk of life just all gravitated to this show about dragons and wizards, and it's like wow, like how did that happen? How did that? But it was so huge that I think there's enough of an audience there. I mean, look at all the Walking Dead stuff they're cranking out. Well,
Oh
we're
yeah, they're
watching
still coming out with
we're
it.
watching Daryl Dixon season 2 right now, and it's really good. But I mean, Game of Thrones was arguably, I don't know, might have been bigger than Walking Dead even.
Oh, I think so. I really think it was, especially with this new spinoff of it.
So I think we'll get a lot of Game of Thrones stuff, and that's a good thing because man, House of Dragon season 2 killed. Like it was really good.
Yeah,
I liked season 1, but to me, season 2
really
was
came its own.
yeah, it came into its own on season 2, which sometimes isn't always the case. Sometimes season 1 is a banger, and then season 2 is like,
Almost like a filler season.
since we're talking about stuff that's not Halloween Hangover related, I started watching The Penguin.
Is it good?
I won't give away any spoilers whatsoever, so don't reach for the dial, anybody. Yes, it is way better than I expected. Not that I expected it to be bad. I just didn't have any expectation, and I was so blown away by it. I broke my rule. I learned. I stopped binge watching shows because when I binge watch, after about the third episode, I start. It's almost like I'm cramming too much information,
You forget a lot of
and I
stuff.
and I don't have time to like process it and digest it. So I only let myself watch like 2 or 3 episodes at a time, especially a show that's got long episodes. Like I think the Penguin's like 45 minutes to an hour long. They're long episodes for a show. But I watched four in a row. I couldn't help myself. I watched 4 hours worth of Penguin last night.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I couldn't stop. I finally had to like, oh, I had to make myself like, look, I gotta go to bed. But yeah, it's really good. It's its own thing, and it's one of those shows where like if you like Batman and DC and superhero stuff, you're gonna like it. But even if you don't, if that's not your thing, you'll still like this show.
Now, is this a spinoff of Gotham, or
No,
is this a spinoff of one of the Batman movies?
the Batman movie, like the most current Batman movie, that's that Penguin
Okay,
that's in the
so
Batman movie.
the Batman.
Yeah, and you've got
Okay,
Colin Farrell playing the Penguin.
which is a man, great actor.
Oh man, he kills in this show. Like that's the best portrayal of the Penguin I've seen since. Well, I mean, how many have we seen theatrically? Oh yeah, Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
But this is a whole different. This is a more like quote unquote realistic portrayal. But yeah, it man, he kills it. It kills.
Dude, it's kind of funny. We were sitting around the fire last night down at the pond,
Oh
and
shit, we haven't talked about your haunted trail yet.
we will. But we were just sitting down there partaking, and somehow Batman got brought up,
Uh-oh.
and Daddy just started. Oh, was talking about suits, costumes, and outfits, and Daddy just started naming off all the original people who played in the Batman TV show and their characters.
Like
Just
Burgess
like
Meredith and Cesar Romero,
Adam West,
Adam West, Burt Ward.
Bart Ward, uh,
Shit, what's Alfred's name?
Julie Newmar, and
The, was that the
Lee
first?
Merriweather. That's first Catwoman.
Oh yeah, she was. I think she was my. Well, I liked all three. There was three of them
Uh,
total, weren't there?
yeah, Lee Merriweather was second, and then Eartha Kitt was third.
That's right.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, he was just naming them off like hell. He had just watched an episode the other day,
Yeah.
and I was like, wow. Then we got to talking about other superheroes shows from back then, and I was like, damn, man, Mark's missing this conversation.
Yeah, we need to pick that back up when we do our camping trip.
We'll try. We'll see if it works.
Which again, I mean, you know, I don't want to rut up the 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 roads in the field,
The
but
pasture.
I don't care personally as long as we don't. I don't care if it rains. I say we do it anyway.
But
And
it's 50% chance right now.
again, unless you know getting out there is an issue, I've got plenty of coverage as far as
Getting out there won't be an issue. I just don't want to have to set it up in the rain
yeah.
and everything get wet inside. And
Well, here's the thing. My sump pump will be here tomorrow, uh, and I'm gonna reevaluate my tent situation for that big huge pop up.
yeah,
If it's usable and it's raining, we'll just pop that bad boy up because you can pop it up quick, and then you know go from there. So
okay.
we could set the tent up under that tent, or you know set it up and then drag it out and you know stake it down, Like that gives us like a staging area to keep us dry. There's ways around it. We'll just have to watch the weather, but I don't want to. I don't want to let the rain stop us. If there's thunder and lightning and heavy winds, of course we'll call it. But if it's just raining, I say we do it anyway.
Oh, well, we can do it. So we'll go on and talk about the little haunted trail.
Yeah,
Uh, we were just expecting really. Mom and them went and picked up my nieces from Vicksburg. I then my grandnephew Jack was there, and
yeah.
Cicely and Caleb and Caden, and that's really all I was expecting. Well, my aunt came in from Maryland because we had a family reunion today, and so my uncle came over with all of his grandkids. There was 12 people in Daddy's little trailer, hay and everything, and he just pulled them around the trails. So I didn't really do much. I did kind of like the stand there and scare tactics because I was in control of the fire.
Yeah.
So, but the other ones, they'd run to different parts of the trail and just kind of step out whenever they went by. Man, you'd hear people screaming. It was so fun.
So how far is the trail away from the campsite?
You go through the campsite.
Okay. Because if I remember correctly, once you go from the campsite back into the woods, there's a fence.
Yeah. Well, we've got woods on both sides.
Yeah.
The pasture's in the middle, and then there's another section on both sides about half the size of the pasture. So, and there's another pond back there.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. So we made trails all around the fence line, all through the woods, just four-wheeler trails. But then we
Yeah.
just kept beefing it up a little more here and there. We took decorated Saturday. I was sending you some of the pictures in the group of the stuff Daddy had made for decorations.
Yeah.
That Camp Blood sign I sent y'all, Daddy made it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
matter of fact,
saw the.
he made all the signs and then painted them with glow in the dark paint. So yeah, I mean it's nothing that you're gonna pee yourself over, but it's fun.
Oh yeah. I love stuff like that. When I was a kid, well, not even a kid, like even when I was in, like junior high, probably not so much in high school, but we would get the paper, the newspaper and the Monroe County Shopper and go through and look up all the local haunted trails and haunted houses that the different groups were putting on.
Yeah,
Actually, the best haunted house I ever went to was put on by I think it was I can't remember the name of the church. It was a church. And I was like, "Wow, a church put this on?" Cuz it was like pretty awesome and gory and and you could tell it must have been a very progressive, you know, kind of church because you wouldn't have thought with the gore and everything, but it was really like they put some money into it,
yeah.
and it wasn't like an existing house that somebody lived in. Like they found this old abandoned house and did repairs, I guess, or whatever to it to make it
A little bit of remodel.
enough to be safe to go through. But man, it was amazing. I think I want to say Victory Baptist Church, but that don't sound right because I can't remember. Like I said, it's been so many years ago, but it was really good. I used to live for that when I was growing up. Like when you get to that age where you're a little too old to trick or treat, that's when you
Yeah.
want to go to the haunted trails, the haunted houses. I didn't get to go to the Tupelo Haunted Castle this year. They just
Shauna and Jesse went.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard it was really good.
Yeah. They said they had fun.
The one time I went a few years ago, it was amazing. They work
Yeah.
on that almost.
Barney and them, man, they always do a great job up there.
Well, they work on it almost year round.
Almost, yeah. He said they redo it every single year,
Yep.
tear it completely down,
A new,
start
yeah.
back over from scratch with the new idea, and
Yep. Well, you know, the Tupelo Haunted Theater that we went to at the Lyric, they do a different theme every year,
yeah.
and they redo all the props, all the sets, and the
Next year, I want to go ahead and make something on the podcast, but you can cut it out if you want to. We need to get out and go hit up a bunch of these haunted theme places next year. Let's quit being homebodies. Let's spend October going out and hitting a lot of these things up we're always talking about.
yeah. Not only that, we need to do more of the paranormal stuff too. Like this year, it wasn't really just that we dropped the ball. We just had a lot of stuff
Yeah,
non-podcast related that uh and I could have managed my time a little better. I always can, but uh and I'm sure we'll probably do Gray Fest next year. We'll have a party for our friends and family next year like we always do. But um yeah, I do want to do I think it's been long enough. We could go back to Athens Jailhouse again.
oh, I definitely. And I'd like to see if we couldn't get back out there at the bomb factory again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a
I mean,
long time since we did that.
we could go with a different group, of course, because I don't think there's very many of those the paranormal groups we used to work with around anymore.
I don't think so. No. But yeah, definitely.
So let's shoot for that next year. We'll go ahead and try to start lining stuff up.
Well, you're good at meetings. Let's have a meeting. Go ahead and write it down in your notes. In the end of August. At the end of August, let's all sit down, me, you, and Anthony, and whoever else we need to get involved and actually have a meeting, toss around some ideas, and delegate some stuff to different people to work on. And that way, September, we can set everything up and start working on the whole month of October for the podcast.
Got it set in my notes.
Let's say, like, maybe the second or last, or about the third or last weekend of August, maybe get together. And
All right.
you know what'll be easy for me to remember it by? I think in August is when I have to renew
Our page or
our Podomatic,
podcast thing. Yeah.
our Podomatic our podcast host.
But yeah, next year we plan on doing the same haunted trail, and we may open it up just a little bit for
I'm gonna come help you.
non-family members.
I'm gonna come help you decorate because I want to make you some of those
Oh yeah,
Dementor things. And um if we offset it like this year, I can take some of these inflatables and stuff up there too.
all
If
right.
Do you have electricity out there? We can make electricity out there.
No, but we've got a generator if we needed it.
Generator, I've got a marine battery and a power inverter.
That we're going to buy. I'm going to start buying up solar lantern, solar spotlights.
Yeah, that'd be
That way
good.
we can light up some of
Yeah,
the
that'd be really good
decorations a
for a
little
haunted
better.
trail.
Because we ended up starting late and it was already like pitch black. So all you really had, a lot of the stuff we got's got glowing eyes.
Yeah.
Or whenever you go around with the side by side, the lights would hit it. Well, that really didn't do the people in the trailer any good. So a lot of stuff they really couldn't see because I mean it's in the woods, so I mean it's dark. But
That
I
makes
went and bought
that
up
makes it
like a
scarier.
oh yeah, and I think next year we're going to do a ride and a walkthrough
You said your dad had his little trailer. Why didn't y'all use that trailer that the tractor came on, that big one?
because the trails aren't that big,
Oh, okay.
and we had to do a little bit of clearing out just so the little trailer would fit.
I got you.
And he still ended up bumping two trees because it's dark. He had
Yeah.
all that extra weight on the trailer, so it's swaying a little bit. But it's stuff we'll know better for next year that we can go ahead and plan accordingly for.
Oh yeah, it's like our Halloween party. Every year we figure something else out that we do
Yeah,
want to do or not do, or and I get the around September I get the bug, the Halloween bug, and I start watching all kinds of Halloween decoration videos and stuff like that. So
Shauna did the same thing. She her little artsy craftsy self made a bunch of decorations herself with just some garbage bags and duct tape and some pillows and a sheet, and it looked really good.
well, that body I had hanging upside down in the tent,
Uh-huh.
that was just an inflatable dummy with a garbage bag and some duct tape.
She did
I
the
got that
same
I got
thing
that
for
idea off of Instagram, I think. But actually the Instagram people used empty bottles of like jugs and bottles of water.
yeah.
And I just
Well,
bought those a pack of those inflatable dummies bodies.
she had an inflatable alien dummy,
Oh.
and she ended up wrapping it in the garbage bag, and we made a body bag, like
I
a
t-
dump bag, and just had it laying over there in Dead Man's Curve, and it was pretty cool.
I got one of those inflatable bodies and I found a really cool witch mask at Dollar General that was $5 and a witch hat that was $1. And then for the witches, like like from the neck down was a big garbage bag.
Yeah,
Like her dress or gown or whatever you call it was just a garbage bag. And it
yeah,
looked
we got a
cool,
lot
except
of ideas.
I thought those dummies were gonna be life size, but they were like 5 feet tall.
Well, I mean, that is life size for some of us, Mark.
Oh, sorry. No, I thought they would be like, average height, but
Yeah, taller.
they weren't. It made them a little less menacing, I guess.
Well, that's like every time we went and bought a skeleton, it would say life size, and then they were either 3 foot or 5 foot, and that's the only you could get some that was taller than that.
Yeah.
But they were really, I dude, I think I spent $300 on skeletons.
Oh, they're not cheap. I got lucky and found one on Amazon, which I already had El Jefe, which I fixed El Jefe, by the way. He
Did
had
you? Cool.
I ran a big bolt and some washers through his arm to
Yeah,
reattach it. And I was like, man, I ordered just another because it said life size on Amazon. I was like, I ordered just another skeleton. It's even bigger than El Jefe. And it got here and it was like pretty much the exact same size.
yeah,
I think
yeah. 5 foot's the
its
average.
head was a little bit bigger. And it's cool because his eyes lit up, but it was basically the same body size, same height.
Yeah, Daddy's got four that the eyes light up, and they're dirty.
Like, you mean they
Like
cheat
they're
at
not.
they cheat at pool or
Oh yeah, they're shady. No, they're like skeletons that have been buried.
yeah, I know what you mean. I was just being silly.
Yeah, all the ones I bought were bleached white.
Well, you can fix that.
So,
Some
well,
stain.
yeah, we can, but I just thought it looked cool. The difference in the two.
Oh yeah. Yeah, El Jefe is a lot wider than the new one. The new one's a lot dirtier.
Yeah, but yeah, I think we'll have fun next weekend. I don't know if we're going to break out the trailer again, but I know Shauna and Jesse will be there with their four wheelers. I'll have mine. Of course, Daddy's got the side by side. So we'll have plenty of ways to go around the trail.
Me and Alicia really want to get a side by side, but man, they're so popular right now. They're just ridiculously expensive.
Winter is one of the best times to get them.
Really.
Winter
That makes sense.
and the beginning of summer, like right during spring, they start having these mad sales to get rid of all of last year's stock. so they can bring in new stock.
I like how
All right.
we went from doing a podcast to like literally just bullshitting while we're still recording.
Well, no, I mean we're still talking because we're talking about the trail because we've got a lot of ideas for next year, and if you want to help be involved in it next year, that's going to be even better because you make all kinds of stuff.
I watch a lot of videos
Yeah, well, I mean that's how we get ideas.
and I 3D print a ton of stuff.
3D prints won't go too well out there,
No, not
not in
on a
the
haunted
weather.
trail, but
I thought about trying to do a bunch of like floating skulls next year out of the glow in the dark filament.
yeah. Which that reminds me, tomorrow I'm gonna spend all my time in the daylight hours. Gosh, I hate that the daylight savings time changed.
I do too.
Oh, but I gotta spend tomorrow putting everything up because it's raining. It's supposed to rain Tuesday.
Yep, we went ahead and left everything out because everything we got's weatherproof for outside. So
Well, most of what I had was the what I had that wasn't weatherproof was under the tent. But
yeah,
as you know, the tent got flipped over, so
yeah.
I got to deal with that tomorrow too.
Well, all right, we're hitting the 5 minute marker.
Yeah, let's
Well,
wrap it up so you can get to bed and I can watch
yeah.
Penguin. I may pop me some popcorn and watch Fright Night too. I don't know. The Penguins. I don't know how many episodes are out right now. I
Could
really
be
like.
too many more.
Yeah, I don't think they released. I don't think they released the whole season at once. I don't know. But yeah, you should check it out.
I will. Well, all right.
All right, thanks for listening
208.
to episode 208 of Real Pop Culture. We have been broadcasting live from high atop the first and only floor of the Killjoy headquarters. That wasn't loud enough. At
Still
the
not loud
Killjoy
enough.
Ranch. That's as loud as I get it. They'll hear it. They heard it.
Well, I can't hear it, so they can't hear it. Put it up
Thanks
by the
for,
microphone.
thanks for listening to episode 208 of Real Pop Culture. It is 208, right?
Yeah.
We've been broadcasting live from high atop the first and only floor of the Killjoy headquarters of the Killjoy Ranch. Love you, bye.
Love you, mean it.